Hi there, Marissa Paz here with your monthly Starcast. This is the month of September and there's a lot of astrological shift and change. There's a lot of activity, the transits, there's many planets coming in and out of signs, going in and out of retro and direct, and we're going to talk about all of it. But the first thing we want to talk about today is the full moon in the Virgo Pisces axis, okay? I know everyone's like, full moon in Pisces, yes, but I think it's really important to say that there's an axis that's happening here that is a polar opposite. The sun, always in a full moon, obviously the sun is in one sign and the moon is in its opposite. Therefore, we're looking at two signs that are different in element, but they're similar in quality. Okay, if you know about astrology, you know that every single sign has an element: fire, water, earth, air, and it has a quality: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Okay, what you share as opposite signs is the quality. Both Virgo, which is the sign that the sun is in right now, and Pisces, which is the sign that the moon is in right now for this full moon, are both mutable. So there's a lot of moving energy that wants to find a way to flow, to move, to just be in activity. Okay, but one sign is earth, Virgo, and another sign is water, Pisces. Okay, both of these elements actually get along. Like earth and water, as you can naturally see when you're doing gardening, water just runs through earth naturally. This is not like, you've got maybe fire and water, where water puts out fire, and it's just these signs just really don't get along, these fire and water signs. Virgo and Pisces do. They just happen to be polar opposites, and because of that, we have the energy of complementarity, and we also have the energy of maybe a little bit of tension. So it's up to you where you align with that polarity. But here's the thing: on a full moon, you're always dealing with results, with clarity, and with completion. Okay, so whatever you worked on the new moon before this, 2 weeks ago, that's what will come to light with this full moon, literally, because you're looking at it, because there's so much light in the sky due to this reflection between the sun and the moon. Okay, so you're going to be dealing with, oh, I worked on blah 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 during, right now we have the very, very healing Virgo season. Virgo is a sign of health, healing. It's the healer of the zodiac, and therefore, as you've seen in my IG, I've talked about, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, because I do some lives there, some interactive things, and post a lot more than I do here, especially here in my English channel. I post only monthly for now, at Marissa Paz, okay? There's been a lot of healing happening. There's been a lot of limiting beliefs coming up, a lot of things, what I call the imposter content, which is all the stuff that's not true, that tries to pretend like it's true, that is the limiting beliefs, the traumas, the emotional, stagnant energy, etc., etc. That has been coming up so that it can be released, healed, transmuted, let go, etc. With this new full moon today, okay, you have the opportunity to take all of the energy of Pisces, which is flowy, creative, artistic. It is energy that is spiritual. Pisces is the sign that rules spirituality in the zodiac. It is also the last sign of the zodiac, and because of that, supposedly has the experience of all the other signs. Okay, so you have a ton of really creative, deeply spiritual energy at your disposal. And Virgo is the sign of analysis, and it seeks to really find solutions to any problem. Okay, it has a tremendous power of analysis. So you're going to put mind, Virgo, together with heart, Pisces, in a sense, okay? And you're going to blend analysis with creativity, and you're going to do this for the purpose of your healing. Okay, so all the stuff that has been coming up, this is a really, really great exercise that I recommend. Get a journal or get a notebook and write down all the things that during this healing Virgo season have come up, like in terms of limiting beliefs, difficult conversations you've had, and things that you heard yourself say that really stood out to you, or things that other people said to you that stood out to you, realizations you may have had. Write them down, and then use the creativity, the artistic, the spirituality side of Pisces, and take those limiting beliefs or outdated thoughts that have come up and shift them completely. So for example, money doesn't grow on trees. well, then maybe it does, right? I mean, obviously, we already know if you've gone through this belief, you know literally that dollar bills, are paper, and that paper actually comes from trees, right? So you start to challenge these beliefs, but rather than challenge them from a place of, I'm going to tell you what's really true because what you're saying is not true. Go at him creatively, go at him spiritually, have some fun with this. Pisces energy is very, very creative, very artistic. The sky's the limit, literally. Get dreamy, okay? Money doesn't grow on trees, but what if it does? What if I draw a tree with money coming out of it? What if very literally I could find a dollar bill next to a tree? What if? What if the possibilities were endless of things to happen? Has anybody ever found money on the street? Yes. Okay, maybe it was next to a tree, maybe it was. Okay, so get creative with the ways that you're going to challenge these limiting beliefs that have come up for you. It's a great exercise to do on the full moon because you're going to get to see things a lot more clearly. Okay, and use this energy of Pisces that is very creative energy to just go all out. Maybe you answer these or you challenge these limiting beliefs with drawings. Maybe you do it with song. Maybe you come up with a poem. Pisces is very, very poetic, okay? Use all the art and creativity at your disposal to shift this energy from these wounds into these infinite, infinite possibilities. It's a great exercise to do today on the full moon, but remember that the moon stays in a particular sign for 2.5 days or so, so you have a window of opportunity to work with these energies, okay? The effects you'll be seeing for the next 2 weeks. On the 5th, Mercury enters the sign of Libra, okay? So it's going to leave analysis, wound, healing, whatever, of Mercury and Virgo, and it's going to go Mercury into the sign of Libra, the sign of harmony, balance, relationships, equilibrium, okay, homeostasis. Libra is always looking for this. It's always looking to take two things and bring them into harmonious partnership. It is the sign of partnership. So Mercury is going to shift from an energy of like a lot of analysis, let's see where the wound is and all this stuff, because Mercury is the planet of thought, okay, and also of communication. And it's going to get into this energy of let's seek harmony and let's look for balance. Keep in mind that when Libra is looking for balance, the balance is going to go like this, okay? So have a lot of compassion, empathy, and understanding and consciousness and awareness with this process so that you understand that if you're at a low or you're at a high, you're still good. You're still in this is part of the process of seeking balance and seeking harmony and seeking equality, partnership, homeostasis, okay? But we're going to feel this energy get a little bit lighter in terms of our thoughts. It's been very, very analytical. You may have even experienced analysis paralysis, which is when you think about things so much that you don't even bring yourself to do anything about it because you're just like, which Mercury and Virgo can bring you to do. So Mercury and Libra, as of the 5th, going to feel a lot lighter. And you're going to have some fun conversations too, because Mercury rules communication and Libra just loves to talk. They love to talk for fun. They don't like to talk for analysis. They like to talk to enjoy. Okay, so this is going to be fun. Get creative there too. The 6th of September, Venus will enter the sign of Leo. Venus, as you know, is the planet of love. Leo is one of the most romantic, fun-loving, joyful, flirtatious signs of the zodiac. Okay, so if you are partnered, this is a great opportunity for you to, even if you're in quarantine or whatever the situation may be, if you can't go out and have a romantic date night, create a date night at your house, cook some yummy food, put the super romantic music, okay? Do whatever you can do to set the stage and do the whole romantic thing. If you're not partnered, this is a great chance for you to, I don't know, that guy at the grocery store, maybe like with the mask and everything, you got to give the eye. The eyes have to get really, really flirty, have to get really, really deep, make some eye contact. It could be some fun times when Venus is in Leo. Keep in mind, of course, that Venus also doesn't just rule relationships and love, it also rules finances. So in the sign of Leo, you can get a little spendy. Okay, so keep in mind that you always, of course, right now during these super shifting and changing times, you have to have a good grasp on your finances. Don't let Venus and Leo get you into a situation in which out of ego, you're gonna be like, I got this, I'm gonna pay for everybody, or I'm gonna, do this. If you want to do that out of the, heart energy, out of your generosity, that's a different story. Remember, the way that you generate, like the cause, the reason, the intention behind an action is what's going to determine the result, whether it's a productive, positive, or negative or less productive result. Okay, so if I'm going to do this out of the generosity of my heart, because I know that coming from generosity, the universe says she's got so much, I'm going to give so much more to her because she's giving to others, etc., then you can do this. But if you're trying to prove something and do things out of ego, it's not going to end well. You better save your money. Okay. Venus in Leo, very generous, very magnanimous, very romantic. Enjoy that energy while it lasts. On the 9th, Mars is going to go, this is going to be an interesting thing, okay? Mars goes into its retrograde period. So if you know about retrogrades, you understand that a retrograde period is when a planet is typically, when it's direct, it's going, degree by degree through a sign, moving forward in its orbit. Well, when we say retrograde, is when that planet seems to be moving backwards in a sign, okay? It's an optical illusion, but it still counts because, hey, we live in a mental universe, don't we? Okay, so Mars is right now in the sign that it actually rules. Mars is the planet of action, and it's in the sign of action, which is Aries, okay? So it's been like, we've been super active since this whole thing started with Mars, weeks ago. And maybe some of us have started working out that weren't working out before. Fitness has become important. Activity, doing things has become important. Well, right now, that's going to stop. And it's going to stop, maybe it doesn't stop completely, but it definitely slows down. So as of the 9th, you're going to see a little more restriction when it comes to doing things physically or, manifesting in the exterior, so to say. However, it's not an isolated incident. What happens is there have already been many planets that have gone retrograde. So right now we're in a situation where we have 5 of our 10 astros or planets, including the moon, in a retrograde period. And Mars is going to be the 6th. This is not even counting Chiron, which is already, a whole other thing, but it's already retrograde. But Mars is going to be the 6th planet going retrograde. So for a period from the 9th to the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, into the 12th, and the 12th things are going to shift, and I'll tell you right now, that's going to be like heart in the calendar, okay? For these like 3 or 4 days or so, we're going to have a period of really intense internal processing. That is what retrogrades are for. Retrogrades make you go within. They stop external stuff and they make you look within. They make you process, they make you dig, they make you transmute, shift, and change things within. Great stuff, because it's necessary stuff. Not easy stuff, not simple, probably not comfortable. So be forewarned, make the most out of it, because this is like your sort of like your last hurrah for all this healing stuff, okay? During Virgo season, you're going to be able to heal even deeper from the 9th to the 11th or 12th or so, okay? So don't see it as like, oh my God, what's going to happen? No, it's a good thing. We're here to work our own internal stuff so that then all that stuff can manifest on the outside when all these planets go direct, and you can just do your thing and just flow, and it's going to be great, okay? On the 12th, heart in the calendar, all of these retrogrades that have been taking place, one of them stops and goes direct, okay? This is the planet Jupiter. Jupiter has been retrograde since May. And Jupiter right now is in Capricorn. So the sign that's feeling it the most is the sign of Capricorn. It's been a really interesting and maybe tough, if you want to call it that way, even though for them nothing's tough because they're a very tough sign, for the sign of Capricorn. It's been an intense year. It's been a shifting year. It's been a trying year for Capricorn. And as of the 12th of September, you're going to start to feel a relief. Okay? Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn goes direct. All of us are going to feel it. Capricorn the most intensely. Also Cancer, which is the opposite sign, and Aries and Libra, which are the signs that are square, are also going to feel this relief. And that's not the only thing that's going to happen, but we'll go into it a little bit later for, which is going to be productive in terms of retrogrades. The next thing, on the 17th, we have the new moon in Virgo. When we have new moons, typically the ancient idea of the new moon was that the new moon was, oh, there's no moon in the sky, therefore negativity. Not the case. It's a time of reset, and it's an opportunity for new things and for planning new things. Okay, so that's the energy that you have. And when you have, of course, a new moon, you have the sun in the same sign as the moon. So it's going to be Virgo sun and Virgo moon. The energy of Virgo, again, continues to be healing. But what you're going to do in this new moon is this. All the stuff that you've worked on, that you have healed, now is your time to be like, me 3.0. What does me 3.0 want for the next 2 weeks or for the next foreseeable future in my life? Now you're going to approach it not as like, let me continue healing, but as like all the stuff I have healed during the full moon, during this Virgo season, all the stuff that I've healed, the limiting beliefs that I have, you know, uprooted and transmuted and released and all this stuff. Now I'm a new person. We're always shifting and changing. We're not the same person we were a minute ago, a minute later. Now that I have this even higher degree of new version of myself, 3.0, what am I going to do? What do I want to do? What does this 3.0 version of me want for his or her life? Okay, that's your work for the new moon in Virgo. It's your planning of everything, not from the wound perspective, because you don't have that directive anymore, but from the healed perspective that you have now. It's really beautiful. Okay, so see this as a reset and take it as like, what am I going to do now from this place of like joy and fun and healed self? On the 22nd, you have the sun stepping into Libra. The minute the sun steps into a sign, that the season turns into that sign. So we will have, as of the 22nd, Libra season. Libra season is a lot more fun than Virgo season, let me tell you. So if you've been doing a lot of healing and it's been hard for you during Virgo season, I hear you. Been there, done that. Starting on the 22nd, the sun goes into Libra and it will become a lot more light. Okay, Libra is still an air sign, so it's a mental sign. But Libra is also very verbal, and Libra is super artistic, and it's super cultured, and it's super about fun. Not so much, not fun like Leo, but like enjoyment. And you know, I don't know, like whenever I think of Libra, I think of like classical music, even though Libras can be very, very eclectic in their taste. But Libra is definitely a sign associated with the word taste. Remember that Venus rules Libra. So we're talking about pleasure, style, taste. Okay, we're talking, you know, do you want to redecorate your house? Do you want to make your ambiance, yourself, you know, more beautiful? Because Libra is actually also the sign that rules beauty, because it's ruled by Venus, and you know, both Taurus and Libra have that Venusian energy, but Libra has it in a more let me show the exterior in a more feminine, beautiful way. Okay, it's also the sign of relationships, so it's also going to be accentuating this part of our lives. Wherever this falls, of course, in whatever house this falls for you, that's the house it's going to activate. But the energy that the sun in Libra brings with it is the energy of partnership. So whether you have a partner in business or you have a partner in real life, you know, a romantic partner, not in real life, a romantic partner, you're going to see activity there. Okay, and it's a great time to really revisit, what is this idea of relationship for you? What is the idea of partnership for you? What does that look like? Even if you're single, what would I want this to look like? What does it feel like to have a partner that I can, you know, counts on me? You know, what does that look like? What would I want it to look like if I were to attract a partner right now if I'm single? Okay, all of these ideas are going to come into play, and it's going to be fun because, again, like I said with Mercury in Libra, when the sun comes into Libra, you're looking for balance, you're looking for harmony, you're looking for partnership, and this always has a journey with it, okay? This is like an up and down kind of thing. But because Libra energy is a lot lighter than Virgo energy, we're going to feel it in a more fun way. Let's just put it that way, okay? So things get a little bit lighter towards the end of the month, and there's one more reason why, but I'll tell you in a minute. On the 27th, Mercury steps into the sign of Scorpio. Mercury, as you know, is the mind. Scorpio is the sign that rules the subconscious mind, the depths of our shadow side. Okay, so with Mercury stepping into Scorpio on the 27th, I would really pay deep attention, close attention to your dreams, close attention to how you are feeling, especially when you're feeling uncomfortable feelings. Okay, how what sort of things around you are reflecting your shadow self back to you. What do I mean by the shadow self? If you haven't done any shadow work, you know, we tend to associate the word shadow with something negative. something bad, something we should, that's hidden for a reason. Not the case. Shadow is everything has to do with the subconscious mind. There may be some amazing resources. There may be gold there that you have not seen that you need to take a look at and go in there, dive deep and grab from the depths of the ocean of your mind. Okay? So shadow is actually something that we need to really deeply dive into and interact with, because there's so much in there that we need to know about ourselves. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? All the stuff that's in there is still who we are. It's stuff that we need to own and accept about ourselves. Maybe there's some stuff we need to shift and transmute and change, and that's fine. But in order to do that, we need to see it, and we need to own it, and we need to accept it. We need to face it. We need to interact with it. Okay? So that is the deep process of doing shadow work. And I think it's super, super useful, because really maybe 90-95% of the stuff that directs our lives is in there, in the subconscious mind. And consciously, it's only 5%. And so let's bring some of that stuff out to the conscious, out to the light, out of the shadow and into the light. Mercury in Scorpio as of the 27th is a great opportunity to do that, because it's the mind going into the sign of the subconscious. You can get in there, okay? And then last but not least, another heart in the calendar on the 28th of September, Saturn in Capricorn goes direct. It exits its retrograde period. This is monumental for Capricorns, okay? My beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. You're going to feel this deep. You're going to feel the one on the 12th, the Jupiter going direct, but you're also going to feel this one even more, because Saturn, of course, is in the sign of Capricorn, and Saturn rules Capricorn in the natural zodiac. So this is the ruler of your sign, in your sign, has been retrograde since May. Now it's going direct. You're going to feel this, Capricorn. Cancers are going to feel it too. Aries and Libra are going to feel it too. All of us are going to feel this relief of less and less retrograde energy, less and less internal work, more and more stuff to do outside. But Capricorns will feel it the most. And I'm so happy for you, because I have some beautiful Capricorns in my life that I know are going to really benefit from this energy and are going to feel, I know you all are hardworking people. You don't mind the tough stuff. It's a challenge for you, and you almost define yourselves through the tough situations in life. But you need a little break, okay? And it's coming for you. It's coming. So this is your September Starcast. Do the work so that when all these retrogrades start to go direct, the stuff that you're seeing come to fruition is all the stuff that is the reward for what inner work you have been doing during all of these retrogrades, okay? It's not magic, it's cause and effect. It's a direct sequential consequence of the work that you have been doing yourself consciously. Or even subconsciously. If your mind, when you're sleeping at night, the dreams are actually processing stuff for you. So all you have to do is set your intention to do it. Okay? I want to do the work. Show me. Boom. It's going to happen. Okay? And this right now, still in Virgo season, is a great time to do it. Take this full moon tonight. Great opportunity to work with whatever limiting beliefs you have that have been coming up, to get creative with the Pisces energy and to really challenge them and to shift them and to create something much more beautiful for yourself. So come the time of the new moon on the 17th, you will have a new version of yourself to plan with and to work with, okay? Really, really great time to do a lot of work. Follow me on Instagram if you don't, at Marilla Solis Paz, because there I do a lot more detailed work with all this stuff. I will post more in the English channel as soon as I have a chance to do so. If you do speak Spanish, I have a Spanish channel in Espanol. And I've got over 100 videos there. So I recommend that you go there. But if not, go to my Instagram. All my posts are fully bilingual there. Okay? Lots of love for you. And of course, if you want to get your chart done, if you want to see these energies, how they work for you personally, how what's happening right now is working for you, how your design, your original design, which is your blueprint, your divine blueprint, has an effect on your life, and how you can really take charge of these energies, send me an email at maril@marillsolispaz.com. All the information is here below, and we can do a one-on-one astro coaching session so that you can take advantage of all of the energy that's available to you always. Okay? Many blessings.